Welcome to Sleek Notes E-commerce Boost podcast, your chance to learn from the e-commerce experts so you can boost your business.
Hey you! Now forget everything you thought you knew about keyword research. You're probably doing it wrong anyway. According to Soulo, the head of marketing and product strategy at Ahrefs, way too many rely on unreliable data when they do research. Let's find out how to go above and beyond conventional keyword research. Tim, welcome so much on this show. I'm really happy to have you here.
Thanks a lot for having me.
No problem. So can you just start out by presenting yourself?
My name is Tim Soulo. I'm head of marketing at Ahrefs. And basically what I do here is I release some quality materials about SEO, link building, keyword research and stuff, and teach people how to use our tool set to get the most out of their SEO strategies.
Wonderful. So today we're going to talk about how to go beyond conventional keyword research. And you recently did a talk about this at the Chiang Mai SEO conference. Can you just start out by going over why you decided to go with this topic?
Before I joined Ahrefs and before I tapped into all this data that we collect here, I was kind of a regular SEO specialist. And I was doing keyword research kind of the way that everyone does it, because there are quite a few tutorials, articles, videos on how to do keyword research, and basically all of them are saying more or less the same thing. Some people try to kind of present it in more advanced way, but only when I got into all the data that we have in Ahrefs, I realized what's really happening behind the scenes and what is actually wrong with the way that people advise to do keyword research. So this is why I picked the topic for my conference talk, and I think it resonated with the audience quite well.
Interesting. And then to use your own words, what is wrong with the way people are doing keyword research?
To put it shortly, people rely on the data that is not reliable.
And what is that data?
Yeah, so basically the main metric that people are looking at when they are doing keyword research is the search volume of a keyword, which basically means how many times this keyword is being entered into Google search per month. So based on that, people make decisions if they want to have a page, an article targeting that keyword or not. But this is a wrong thing to do, because first of all, the search volume is a bad metric by itself. For example, if we take the keyword Christmas, like a search query, it is clear that this search only spikes like once a year. So 1 month a year we have a huge search volume for Christmas, and the rest of the year it basically fades to almost nothing. While when you enter Christmas into any keyword research tool, be it Google Keyword Planner or any other tool, they would show you annual average. So if you take average across 12 months for the keyword Christmas, you already have an inaccurate number. So this is just one of the things that is wrong with the metric that most people rely on, the search volume. And it is one of them, and I won't go too deep into others because this one is already enough to understand that search volume is not the most reliable metric.
Right, okay, so like seasonal changes and other factors make the search volume wrong?
Yeah, I'd say that seasonal factors and trends and the way that Google gives this information to people, because there's not even consistency between Google's own tools. If you look at different data sources, for example, between Google Keyword Planner and Google Search Console, if you try to compare the data that you have in those two tools for the same keyword, you will see that it differs. So yeah, the number is quite inaccurate, and you cannot really rely on it when you're making your kind of SEO or content marketing decisions.
Interesting. And just what's the potential of then going beyond the conventional keyword research? What's there to gain?
Yeah, so the best metric that you should look at is actually the total search traffic to a page that ranks for your desired keyword. So instead of looking at the search volume for some keyword, for example, we have keyword, I don't know, clothes for cats, and let's say that only 300 people search for it per month. You might decide that it's not too many people for you to target, and you shouldn't write an article about that because there's not much search demand for that keyword. But if you actually take the number one ranking page for that search query, clothes for cats, you will discover that it gets much more search traffic because there are a lot of ways that people would put the same search query to Google, like where do I buy clothes for cats, what kind of clothes exist for cats, should should a cat wear clothes and something like this. And Google will rank pretty much the same pages for similar search queries. And in total, from all this, from the number of related search queries, you will get much more traffic than when you would estimate from a single keyword. So that's the big mistake that I see most people make when they do keyword research. They only look at the search volume of a single keyword, and they don't really look at how much traffic the top ranking pages get.
Yeah, because I was just about to ask you, how do you then take your keyword research a step further?
Yeah, so this is one of the main things that you should look at, how much traffic the top ranking page gets. And there are quite a few other factors. They're kind of specific to our own tool, Ahrefs. I don't see them mentioned anywhere else. For example, the percentage of clicks that goes to organic search results and the percentage of clicks that will go to ads. Because these days, many keywords have ads in the search results. And Google makes it so that the organic search results are pulled to the bottom. They're almost below the fold. So when you search for something, you see ads, you see knowledge panel, you see people also ask box, and all these things are still in clicks away. So in Ahrefs, we have clickstream data, so we can show you if some percentage of clicks is getting stealed by ads, and we can show you what kind of SERP features are present in the search results. So based on this, you can decide if there's a lot of search traffic potential from that particular keyword. So when you're making your keyword research decision, you should always look at the search results and see if there are ads or if there are some SERP features that are stealing traffic away. Because, for example, if we take any keyword like definition keyword, for example, Rukus definition, Google will always display a knowledge card for it. Or, for example, even more simple example, Donald Trump age. If you Google for Donald Trump age, you will see the answer right away. So it may seem that the search volume of this keyword is super high, but in fact, it doesn't get any clicks.
Right, okay, that's really interesting. So it's like the traffic potential and not how much the word gets searched, really, isn't it?
Yeah, because there are a lot of factors that would influence if people will actually click on any of the search results, on any of the organic search results, because we also have paid after searching for something. And if you're only relying on the search volume of a keyword, you might overlook the opportunity. And as well as the other way around, there are keywords with a small search volume, but because there are so many ways to put the same search query into Google, the total search traffic to a page would be quite high.
So it won't matter. Let's go back to the clothes for cats example. So if you Google clothes for cats and you rank for that, you'll also rank for where do I buy clothes for cats. Is that what you're saying?
Not necessarily where do I buy, but I'm saying that there are many ways to ask the same question to Google. So even clothes for cats and cats' clothes. These are pretty much related search queries, but there are two of them already. Or like outfit for cats. This is kind of a synonym for clothes, right? So there are many ways to Google for the same thing, and Google will always rank pretty much the same pages for all these relevant search queries. So you should look at how much traffic the top ranking page will get in total.
Amazing. So what does some e-commerce sites need to do to actually go beyond this conventional keyword research?
Yeah, so I would say that e-commerce sites, on one hand, they should ignore keyword research in general. Because if you start entering product-specific keywords into different keyword research tools, you will discover that for some of the not so popular products, the search traffic would be super low. So you might discover that some of the keywords related to your products get like 10 searches per month, or maybe even some tools will show 0 searches per month. But that's not really true, because like I said, you're only checking the search volume of a very specific search query, like word for word. But people around the world, uh, they would use like different words, different phrases to search for it. And there's no tool that would show you like all the related searches to your search query, and give you like the total traffic from all these related searches. So what you should look at is the top ranking pages in Google and how much traffic they get in general. And if you have products, if you have a lot of products, you should always optimize your pages for these products, and you should always have good product descriptions and such, because with quality product descriptions, you get a chance to get more long tail traffic from all these kind of peculiar search queries that people might enter, and you may just guess within your content, within the description of your product, some of the things that people might be looking for.
Right, okay, cool. So you just said the word. Where do you see long tail keywords in all of this new way of seeing keyword research? Should you still try to rank for long tail keywords?
To be honest, my definition of long tail keywords is a little bit different from the definition that other SEO professionals used to explain to people. So, in my opinion, long tail keywords are the keywords that you do not optimize for. You rank for long tail keywords as a result. For example, the keyword research, which my article ranks for, I think, at position number 3 right now. It's kind of a popular keyword. It's a fat head keyword, like they said. And the keyword like how to do keyword research in 2018, I would call it a long tail keyword. So I don't optimize my article for a keyword like how to do keyword research in 2018. Let's also add using online tools. This is a very specific keyword, and it doesn't get a lot of searches per month. Uh, I think if I put this kind of keyword into any keyword research tools, it would tell me that no one is searching for that keyword. But in fact, people are searching for that keyword. And simply by creating a big and detailed article, I'm going to attract all these long tail searches. There might be a single person in the world putting their search query in this specific way, and they will land on my article because it is a great search result for that query. So the point I'm trying to make is that you don't try to optimize your pages, especially if we're talking about e-commerce, for some long tail keywords. You just focus on having detailed, valuable, and useful content, useful product descriptions, useful category descriptions in your e-commerce store, and you will automatically attract all these kind of unique, not so popular ways to search for something to your website, just because you have content that kind of answers the user's search.
Is there any specific tool you can use to do this? You're probably wondering. Hear Tim's, surprising answer, and find out how many questions people ask every day that's never been asked before, and find out why you should know this.
I can't recommend Ahrefs enough, but of course I'm biased. And Ahrefs has quite a huge corpus of keywords, of the search queries that people put into Google. I think we have the largest database in the industry, but even that database is way, way behind the database that kind of Google has. It is estimated that Google is serving 5.5 billion searches per day, and 16 to 20% of search queries that get asked every day have never been asked before. This means that Google's keyword universe adds nearly 33 million never asked before searches every single month. Yeah, so never asked before searches. These are the searches that they call long tail keywords. How do you optimize for a search that hasn't been asked before? How do you see a search volume in a tool for a search that have never been asked before? And as you can see, 16 to 20% of search queries that get asked every day have never been asked before. So this is a crazy number, and this just shows the importance of just investing in your content, having great product descriptions, uh, and having great content on your website, blog, and anywhere else, because this way you can attract all these never asked before searches. You can predict what people might be asking in Google and have an answer on your page.
Really cool. So, do you have any examples of unconventional keywords that work better than what we call classical keywords? I know you used a few examples at your talk.
Yeah, so it's not about the unconventional keywords or conventional keywords. In my talk, I was showing the difference between the keywords that seem popular according to their monthly search volume, but the total search traffic coming to top ranking pages was low. Take any kind of definition keyword, for example, monstrosity. The keyword monstrosity, it gets like 12,000 searches per month. But the total search traffic to one of the top ranking pages is like 700 visits. So the keyword seems super popular, but the traffic to the top ranking pages is super low. That's because if you Google for monstrosity, you will see the knowledge card, which explains what it is. It's the same, for example, for queries where you want a translation, like December in Spanish. This search, this keyword gets 3.5 thousand searches per month, but the total search traffic to top ranking page is hardly over 100 clicks. So it may seem that this keyword is super popular, but the total search traffic that you can get is very low, because again, if you Google for December in Spanish, you get an answer right away. You don't have to click anything, you click it within Google. So these are kind of examples of keywords that seem super popular according to their search volume, but don't bring any traffic. On the other hand, we have these keywords where you don't really have one single way to put it. For example, best online wheel maker. This keyword has search volume of only 500 searches per month, but the total traffic to a top ranking page is almost 4,000. This is because there's no single way to Google for best online wheel maker. People will use all sorts of ways, like how do I create a wheel online, a tool for creating wheel online, which tool is best for creating wheel online, and blah 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 blah. There's no single way to search for it. Also, another similar search is remap keyword. It also gets 500 searches per month, but the total traffic is over 5,000 to the top ranking page. This is again because remap keyword is just one of the ways to put the search query. The other ones would be how do I remap my keyword, how to remap keyword on Macintosh, how to remap keyword on Windows, and such and such and such. You see, the point here is that some things that you ask to Google are very specific, like December in Spanish. It is super specific. There's like no other way to put it. While other searches are not so clearly defined, and each individual person will search for them in a different way. This is what we discussed before, saying that like 16 to 20% of searches in Google have never been asked before. So yeah, this is why keyword research has some kind of fundamental problems. But I'm not advocating against keyword research. Of course, you should research the keywords and their search volume, but you also have to pay attention to things like if Google is answering this question right away, if they show many ads that would steal clicks from you, how much traffic is coming to the top ranking pages, which keywords these top ranking pages also rank for. These things help you understand if the topic has some nice traffic potential in total, or if it won't send you any clicks at all.
That's really cool. So what would your main points be if an e-commerce site wanted to rethink and go beyond conventional keyword research? Where should they start? How should they do it?
Well, I'd say that do all the conventional keyword research. I'm not advocating against it. So research what keywords your competitors rank for. Research which pages of the websites of your competitors are bringing them the most traffic from search. Compare that to your website. See which keywords they rank for, but you're not ranking for. Do all these things. Then do additional keyword research to identify some keywords that people are putting into Google, but you're not targeting with your website. But then don't get scared, don't get turned away if you see that some keyword doesn't seem popular. Because in reality, quite often, you will be able to attract much more search traffic than what you see different keyword research tools promise you. All because of the reasons that we discussed before.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Tim. That was so cool.
Sure, thank you.
That's all for now. E-commerce Boost will be back next week with more cool insights from a new and exciting expert. Until then, don't forget to give us a nice rating in the app you get this podcast from. That way, you'll help fellow marketers find this resource. Cheers!
This session of E-commerce Boost was produced by Sleeknote. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on tactics and strategies that'll help boost your e-commerce.